March 6th, 2025. Dear President Trump, I am Victoria Situnya, born in the Kingdom of Lesotho many decades ago. I am a mother, a U.S. resident, and a PhD candidate in leadership in mathematics education at the University of the Cumberlands in Kentucky. Today, I write to you in response to your remarks made during your address to the U.S. Congress on March 4th, 2025, where you spoke of a country, Lesotho, which nobody has ever heard of. That was in quotation marks. Lesotho fasila bonta taruna harama fasile litlekilona kimuri saile kimuri hudele realiato. Those words are the opening lines of our national anthem. Translated, they say, Lesotho, the land of our fathers, among the worlds it is the beautiful one. That is where we were born. That is where we grew up. We love it. While I left Lesotho because of the problems I faced there, I disagree with your characterization of the country. Hakiamakala. I am not surprised. I'm not surprised that you, standing in a room full of power and privilege, would speak of a country you know nothing of, for how could you? The world is vast, and your understanding of it seems tragically narrow. But let me enlighten you for a moment. As a mother, a daughter of the land, and a bearer of the legacy of Lesotho. Your words, though misplaced, reveal a troubling truth, the magnitude of your ignorance. The statement you made, sweeping in its dismissal, reeks of a failure to understand the depth of a people's history, their culture, their struggles, and their triumphs. But Hakiamagala, I'm not surprised. A man who once sought to dismantle the U.S. Department of Education cannot be expected to grasp the richness of a nation born from struggle and perseverance. Did you know, Mr. President, that Lesotho's Basotho Highlands water scheme, a scheme that has been the source of conflict and tension, was once a catalyst for war? Did you know of the illegal extraction of water from the highlands by South African farmers, a theft of resources that still affects us? Yet you say nothing of this, not a word about the battles we face for resources, nor about the survival of a small nation surrounded by a much larger neighbor. Has Elon Musk perhaps shared with you the intricacies of this struggle? Hakiamakala, I am not surprised. And then there is your mention of the LGBTQIA community. You claim the vast sums of money were spent to introduce such ideas to Lesotho. Again, I am unmoved by your rhetoric. Hakiamakala, I am not surprised. The Basotho people have long embraced those who fall outside the bounds of conventional understanding. People we call Ditarasi, who have always been a part of our communities. These individuals are revered for their wisdom, their insight, and their connection to a dimension of life that others cannot see. We have never had the need to learn who they are because they have always been among us, valued for their gifts. Let me share with you another piece of Lesotho's soul. At one time, our country boasted one of the highest literacy rates in the world. Yet I would not be surprised if you were unaware of this fact. The brilliance of Lesotho's people, their strength, their resilience, and their commitment to education affects lost to the blind eyes of those who care little for anything beyond their own interests. But perhaps this is not surprising. After all, what do you know of family values in a place where the very fabric of society is woven together by the love of mothers who meaning catching a knife by the blade to protect their children and village? Where family is not just a unit, but the heart of a community that thrives through care, sacrifice, and unity. What do you know of this, Mr. President? I am not surprised. What does surprise me, however, is how you can send American soldiers to war to fight for ideals they believe in, only to abandon them when they return, to let them suffer while the very nation they serve turns its back on them, to allow men like Elon Musk, who treats people as expendable assets, to take away jobs from veterans, questioning their competence while they risk their lives to serve this country. This, Mr. President, is the cruelty of a leader who fails to understand the true meaning of sacrifice. But I'm not surprised. I am not surprised by the vitriol, the hate, and the narrow-mindedness that comes from those who cannot see beyond their world. But I'm surprised deeply that such a person, so filled with ignorance and disregard, has come to lead the United States of America, a country that once stood as a beacon of hope and respect for all people. Khotso, Pula, Nala. Peace, reign, prosperity. Sincerely, Victoria Situnya.